Hey everyone, it's Nefuraito, and today we're going to dive into the wild neighborhood of Harajuku, talk about the experience of riding a Ferris wheel during a hurricane, check out a local festival, and visit a massive sex shop where I finally found a vending machine with used panties. Hide your kids. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and leave a comment after watching. Let's get started. Now let me quickly show you a local festival that took place in the park across from our school. In Tokyo there are always some district level events happening, and Edagawa is no exception. This time they had a marching band performance by a group of Japanese kids, who played a march that made our German friend very happy, because, as he admitted, he loves march very much. Naturally, these kinds of events attract tons of small business selling street food, and most importantly, delicious cold draft beer, which we decided to start our exploration with. And to be honest, we continued with the same, because not long after finishing our first glass, we found a tent with Okinawa beer. After that, we checked out more cultural stuff, like a synchronized performance by Japanese drummers playing traditional folk songs. And after, anyone who wanted could try their hand at drumming. Soon we moved to a field where dog competitions were being held. What can I say? The only thing more fun than watching dogs compete is robot competitions.
Fraternities, on your marks.
Hey!
And would it be cool if the Japanese combined two robot dog battles in boiling machine oil? They could totally pull that off. Anyway, the dog competition was a simply but incredibly cute race, where the dogs had to get through an obstacle course. Of course, there were no high-speed fighting breeds zipping through the course like lightning. Mostly you see breeds like Akita Inu, Shiba Inu, Spitz Poodle and the like. Japan has a lot of dog lovers, and we've seen owners pushing their pets around in baby strollers more than once. Harajuku is a party district where, aside from tourists, a lot of local youth hang out. You'll spot all kinds of modern culture folks here, like this guy spitting some Japanese rap. Obviously, on weekends it's just as hard to move around here as in any other popular cultural spot in Tokyo. But after living in Tokyo for a few months, I've become more chill with massive crowds and packed trains. Though, to be honest, that's only on weekends, since during the week I walk to my language school and back. People here dress exactly like you'd expect Japanese youth to, especially the girls. It's not quite Sailor Moon uniforms, but still super cute if you ask me. Harajuku is also known for its endless supply of tourist crap for sale, especially along this one street. For example, you can buy a carnival costume for a cabaret trainee or pick up a super flashy outfit styled like traditional Japanese kimonos. Granted, they're far from authentic, but they still look cool. And obviously, there are magnets everywhere, and some of them are actually pretty well made. One shop that caught my attention was full of gothic Lolita, J-rocker and other alternative fashion. I felt weird going to there alone, so I went with some ladies from our group. Honestly, I'm glad I'm a guy, but if I were a girl, I'd totally be decked out in the store. I really dig that style. You could easily pull together a full-on Misa Misa cosplay from Death Note here. Heavy boots with crosses, leather belts, spiked collars of all shapes and sizes, wristbands with German crosses. Basically all the essentials are under one roof. They even had a BDSM dog, though that was in a different kind of shop. But it turned out to be just mannequins showing off clothes for actual dogs. Japanese people love making random stuff in sushi form, like this candle shaped like salmon, tuna or tamago. In the corner you can take a selfie with Levi, Ermin or Mikasa from Attack on Titan. Fabrizio found something quite curious, shorts with a subtle nod to a certain historical figure and movement. Of course, there is also tons of anime merch, which is expected. The biggest amount of stuff features Naruto, One Piece and Pokemon characters. But you will also find lots of colorful t-shirts with general Japanese imaginary, food and other random stuff. My share house is a 15 minutes walk from a huge park called Rinkai. One windy day I decided to meet up with my friends Sergey and Natasha, whom I studied Japanese with in Kobe more than a year and a half ago. The park is massive and they even hold marathons here. There is an aquarium, a bird sanctuary, a hotel and 2 beaches on artificial islands. The western beach is connected to the main park area by the Nagisa Kasai Bridge and is a popular spot for city folk to chill. And of course there is a 117-meter tall Ferris wheel, the second highest in Japan, which became the highlight of our evening. Tickets are 800 yen, around $6, but unlike most other Ferris wheel in Japan, we didn't have to wait in line on the Saturday night. I'm afraid of heights and always try to overcome that fear. One time I even jumped out of a plane with a parachute. It was unforgettable and helped with my acrophobia a little.
I know, it's unbelievable! Hey guys, let's try to recreate this feeling for the rest of our lives with drugs.
A Ferris wheel seemed like child's play in comparison, or so I thought. The wind that night was intense, shaking the cabins more than I was comfortable with. But of course I tried not to show that I was doubting whatever would make it back to the ground in one piece.
What's the matter? You scared?
Though I wasn't fooling anyone.
Вы довольны нашим решением посетить это место?
Это наша не последняя поездка.
Despite that, we tried to enjoy the view through the finger-smudged windows. But the wind kept howling through the vents, making it hard to relax. Sergey, being the guy he is, then brought up the possibility of an earthquake while we were up there, which, to be fair, is not that rare in Japan.
There's a boarding area for water buses that you can also board from the Sumida.
Luckily, nothing happened, and a couple of weeks later I even went on the Ferris wheel in Yokohama. But without the stormy weather, it was kinda boring. Offline sex shops are very common in Japan and some take up several floors. Unlike the most other countries, physical porn is still insanely popular here, and the selection is overwhelming to the point where it's almost scary. I'm not exactly a prude, but some genres here are just too much for me. Plus, the legality of some of the models is questionable. Though I should note that Japan's age of consent was recently raised from 13 to 16. I'll warn you now, if you are someone with strong moral beliefs, now there's time to stop watching, because things are about to get more intense. Aside from the typical genres you'd expect, like a huge hentai collection and sections dedicated to specific fetishes, actresses and ages, there is a lot of content where Japanese girls are vomiting and pooping. As the saying goes, I'm too old for this shit. I'll never understand that, but hey, I guess some people take their porn to a whole new level. Like Randy Marsh said in South Park,
"Once you jack off to Japanese girls puking in each other's mouths, you can't exactly go back to Playboy."
The day Slava and I visited this questionable establishment, there was a fun event for a Japanese porn actress happening on the top floor. With our less than perfect Japanese, we didn't really get the rules, so we just got in line. When we got to the front, the manager asked for our passes, and we explained that we had no idea what was going on and asked him to clarify. Turns out you had to buy one of her porn DVDs on the 4th floor to participate. So we asked the clerk to help us find the right one, and he showed us a shelf full of them. The price for a DVD wasn't exactly cheap, around 4,000 yen, and since I don't even have a CD drive, it felt like a waste of money, especially since it wasn't as Akira or anyone else I knew, so we bailed. I've been teased about finding those infamous used panties in Japan ever since my first trip here. Back then I couldn't find any, but this time I completed the mission and found a gacha machine with actual used panties. It cost 1,000 yen, and there are really women's underwear with the telltale signs of use. Yeah, Japan really is a land of contrasts. 1000-year-old temples and used panties in vending machines in the heart of the capital. That's all for today. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. It really helps the channel. See you!